Canucks, meanwhile, 5-1-1 guys in their last 7. Like they're winning a different way. It's 3-0 over the Avs. They're 2-1 in overtime. Like they're going to get comfy winning low scoring games. It looks like under Tocchet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, they've got Thatcher Demko going now too. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. But, we don't have to do a deep dive on the Vancouver Canucks blue line, but when you look at it as a whole, that's an impressive group, and they might be good on that back end for a while, considering some of the pieces that they've got coming, including Victor Mancini, who they acquired from the New York Rangers, who's touted as being a really, really good defenseman. So that's fine by Tocchet. Don't forget Adam Foote, Gonchar, all those guys with influence in the decisions of Tocchet and how that team plays. You darn right, they're going to lean on their goaltender, but they're going to have structure in their game. And they have to, because the reality is they still have the same issue. Like Elias Pettersson isn't doing anything more than he did prior to JT Miller getting traded. And that's a problem. And that's again, why the Vancouver Canucks don't have a choice but to try and land another decent center. So there are more assets that are going to leave Vancouver moving forward.
Yeah. What I saw this morning, 1 assist in four games or something for Pettersson here this week. So that hasn't changed. It's funny. You look at the Rangers have been better with Miller since the trade, and the Canucks have been better without him. Like, you guys could, and the Rangers have stunk before Christmas. You guys could have done this in November and probably just saved both of yourselves a whole lot of headache.
Well, and I'll tell you this, Vancouver would say they were happy to do this in December anyway. Yeah. But Chris Drury didn't want to have to give up both the first-round pick, which they used in the Pittsburgh deal, and Victor Mancini. He was willing to part with one of those, but not both. And they finally caved, being the New York Rangers, and they made the deal that they could have made several weeks ago.
Yeah.
What is Pettersson out there, though? Like, is the jury out for a guy making, how much is he making? 11 and a half? And we don't know what he is? How's what?
Yeah, that truly is the enigma that Elias Pettersson is. They believe he's coming into his prime, still a young-ish player. They believe he can be 100-plus point guy again. Not based on what we're seeing, but that's what they believe when they look at the talent level. Guys, this. It's so difficult to get stronger in season as a player. If you don't put in the work in the off season, and really all you're doing is maintaining, aren't you, Rhett, throughout the course of the year? Like you're trying to stay healthy.
Yeah, everyone's got a different build. Some guys are trying to maintain weight. Some guys are trying not to put on weight because there's food all around, right? But it's the same thing. You're just trying to maintain one way or the other.
And the knock on Petey is that he's just physically not strong and has no lower body strength. Just simple body positioning, battling for pucks. He gets pushed out of the play a fair bit. So, he's relying on his hockey IQ, his vision, and his hands. And, if the will to compete isn't there, and you haven't necessarily put in that strengthening work in the off season, it's going to come and bite you. And it kind of feels like that's where Pettersson is.
I'd be calling up Kyle Connors, nutritionist, and whoever's, is it squats? What are we doing, Kyle? Because
he's wiry, man.
There's nothing to him, and he's a tough son of a bitch to play against. And can he score?
Yeah. Well, and there's an intestinal fortitude there too, right? A fire that burns in the belly. And then look, let's give Pettersson the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it'll come in time. But his time in Vancouver, again, has to be running out. Maybe it doesn't happen between now and the deadline because of everything they've done already. But I still think they're open to clean the slate. They want to give him time. But, how much time? We've got the deadline looming, March 7th. But does it drift into the summer? We'll have to see.
Short month away, right? A couple days less than Feb. Like we're into 28 days of the deadline or something like that. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.com. Appreciate you watching.